Let me welcome all of you to this satsang and to say to the members of this Motiram Mandir that we are delighted to be here and to join with all of you in satsang. I can't see many of you at the back there, but I hope you can hear me. Okay. Every night we say one additional name of Gurudev. We'll start from Antaryami Namaha and we'll chant a few of his names and add one more tonight. We stopped the last night at Utsahavardhakaya Namaha. Today we'll add one more. Om Antaryamine Namaha. Om Antaryamine Namaha. Om Anandaya Namaha. Om Atmaswarupaya Namaha. Om Atmaswarupaya Namaha. Om Anglabhashaviduttamaya Namaha. Om Anglabhashaviduttamaya Namaha. Om Ishwaraya Namaha. Om Udar Hridayaya Namaha. Om Udar Hridayaya Namaha. Om Utsahavardhakaya Namaha. Om Utsahavardhakaya Namaha. Om Ekasme Namaha. Ekasmai Namaha. This is the name we have added tonight. Salutations to the one who is the one. In English, he is the one. He is the one reality of this universe. All of us are one with that one reality, but he is the one who has realized his oneness with that reality. We have not realized our oneness with the reality. We see ourselves as distinct and separate and unconnected and all that kind of thing, How you see yourself so different from other people, so unconnected, so unrelated. That's how we see ourselves. No, we are related to them. And some people, they take pride in saying that also. Yeah. Like some people, they disown that family, right? No, I'm not related to him. And if they're afraid also, some people are afraid to say I related to that man, because they feel somebody will beat them up or something. So don't say that I related. Or you'll get a bad image or something. But whether you like it or not, you're not only related to every being in this world, but we are intimately connected to all beings. So connected that we are one with all beings. All things in the universe. And he is the one who has realized that oneness with all things in the universe. So therefore he is called Ekasmai. He is that one. And we are all that one actually. We are all that same one. But we have not realized our oneness. We are still in delusion, thinking that we are separate from all things in the world. Okay. Ekasmai Namaha. Now, if you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and when we left it last night, we left at verse number 38. Utyayukto yaya partha karmavandam prahasyasi. We chant from the Esha De Gita Sankhye. And let me just give you a little synopsis of what is going on. And to review. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, the most esoteric knowledge on the face of the earth. And what is going to ensue in these coming verses is one very simple thing I want to tell you. If you catch this, you catch spirituality. If you don't catch this, well, you're just going to a little social gathering, that is all. What is the important thing here, Bhagavan is going to make a sharp distinction worldly life and a spiritual life. You get that? A worldly life and a spiritual life. Worldly means materialistic life. Means a mundane life and a spiritual life. He's going to make a stark distinction between both of them, huh? In these coming verses. And this is what he's heading up to from the previous verses also. Very, very sharp. Now, what to watch out for in this very important thing? Watch out for people who are engaged in all sorts of religious things thinking that they are spiritual. You have to watch out for that. We engage in a lot of religious things thinking that we are spiritual. That person who is engaged in all the religious things could be just as worldly as any other person who is not engaged in any religious things. So Bhagavan is not going to make any distinction between religious and non-religious. He is going to make a distinction between spiritual and non-spiritual. And they are two totally different things. Let me just clarify that a little bit, right? It is possible, listen to this. It is possible to be very religious and not at all spiritual. That is why it is possible to be religious and absolutely evil. And that we see all the time in the world. It is possible to be religious and absolutely evil. So what is the meaning of religious then? Well, you read the scriptures, you know the passage, and you know the text, and you know all the rituals, you know all the quotations, you know what you're supposed to do morning, noon, and night. He following all that, but he doesn't have an ounce of spirituality in him. In fact, he's only full of evil. And that is something which is very common in all religions. You please see. Recently, in the last few years, the last decade and all, the church has had to pay out millions, hundreds of millions of dollars in compensation for priests who have abused little children. So here is a priest who knows all the scripture very well, and he's preaching every single day. All the scriptures real nice, right? You know all the quotations, all the rituals, all the rules, and all the things. And he could give guidance and take confession and do everything real good. But deep down, that man has not 1 ounce of spirituality. He's a very religious man. Very religious man. And here, if you want to translate spirituality, you will have to say that spirituality is goodness or truthfulness. There. So you know all the rituals and all very well. And I told you this thing is something which is common in all religions. All religions have it. So, what we are talking about, and last night I made that distinction, anything that teaches us, or anytime we make a step in the direction of only thinking about myself, that is called as path. Anytime I make a step in the direction of thinking of the whole world, the welfare of all of humanity, broadening my arms and embracing all of humanity, that thing is called as punya. That thing is called as spirituality. But if I am only thinking about myself, that is called as path. And that is what is going on when we say a religious person. So if he abusing children, that means that he doesn't care about the welfare of that child. You see? He cares about him. So what little happiness or joy or pleasure he can eke out by destroying the lives of other people. See that? He's very religious. By knowing all scriptures and knowing all things very well. But spirituality doesn't have. He has not learned to broaden the horizons of his understanding and embrace the whole universe as part and parcel of himself. That is called spirituality. In that, where will there be thinking about using other people for my happiness. There is no such thing. Using this body, mind and intellect for the happiness of others. This is spiritual, you see. So it is going in the other direction. So now, Bhagavan is going to make, and one of these most, very stark presentation, contrasting presentation you will see in Lord, where he is getting to this religious thing, that even people who study the Vedas can be very worldly. Worldly means totally worldly and materialistic, and not at all spiritual. Might be religious. So religion and worldliness actually go together quite often. Worldliness. Bhagavad Gita is not about religion. Bhagavad Gita doesn't care what religion you belong to. Bhagavad Gita is about spirituality. Now, Lord, last night when we left, he said, and so far I have told you about the path of knowledge. Now I'm going to tell you about the path of Karma Yoga. And I told you before he tells the path of Karma Yoga, he gives this great big epilogue. He clarifies certain things about spirituality, because all of it is supposed to lead to spirituality only, not religion. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Ishate Bhita Sankhe Bundhir Yoge Timam Shunu. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Nehadhin kramanashosi pratyavayao navidyate. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Swapamasya dharmasya prayate mahato bhayat. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shakha Hyanantascha Buddhayo Vyavasainam. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. 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 Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Esha te vihita sankhye buddhi yoge tvimam shrinu buddhya yukto ya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Esha te abhita sankhye. So far, abhita means I have said. It has been said. What? Sankhye, karma, jnana yoga, the path of intellectual understanding. So far, I have been telling you about that. Sankhya. Sankhya means path of knowledge. Jnana yoga. So, that is what we've been talking about. These are all intellectual things so far. And if the intellectual understanding, that is actually the fundamental solution I told you. If there is an intellectual understanding at the fundamental level, then everything becomes clear. Then you realize, wait, that is so true. Like Bhagavan Sri Ram in Ramayana, he gave this absolute knowledge to Tara. And the moment that Tara listened to that, all her crying stopped. All weeping, sorrow, misery, everything stopped. She was transformed immediately. If a person is fit and ready, that is like when you go to calculus class, right? If you have some prior knowledge of calculus, and when the teacher teaches this calculus, then that thing will hit home. Right? If you don't know anything about calculus, when you go to that class, you're not fit, you're not ready, you're not prepared, and we are ready for that kind of thing. You're not fit for calculus, you're not ready. When he teaches there, that is like all Greek to you, isn't it? Or like all calculus to you. That is like all calculus to you. So it's totally foreign. That will not make any sense. You have to be ready. So Bhagavan was giving this absolute knowledge. And many people in the world may not be ready. Some will be ready. That thing will hit home. It will make absolute sense. Last night we had a very special visitor in our satsang. Shri Ricardo Parat Hernandez. He is the head of the chief of the Santa Rosa American people, right? The First Nation, Santa Rosa First Nation people. He loves this type of thing. That means to him this thing makes sense. But for the one who is not yet there, this will make no sense. But so Bhagavan is giving, so he doesn't know it will make sense to this one. I should say Bhagavan doesn't know, he knows. It will not make sense to Arjuna, but it will make sense to somebody outside. Because Bhagavan is talking for the whole world, not just for Arjuna. You see? So that Jnana Yoga, part of knowledge, may not make sense to some, but it will make sense to others. So he gave that first. And that is the fundamental solution to all things. If proper understanding is there, and that understanding removes the ignorance, primordial ignorance, because the ajnana, avidya, if it removes that, our problem is solved. If it doesn't, no, we have to start from square one. Square one, right? Let us start from square one. Square one is no karma yoga. So he said, so far I told you Jnana Yoga. Now I'm going to tell you from the point of view of karma yoga. So this is what is starting here. And he says, what is karma yoga will do? And he introduces a very important word here. And I want to stop a little bit because I told you this is really setting the foundation of Bhagavad Gita. He said this karma yoga, if followed properly, when followed properly, it will lead to Opartha Yaya Karma Bandham Prahasyasi. It will destroy all the bondages of karma. This karma yoga will destroy all the bondages of karma. Karma bandham. Karma bandham means bondage of karma. So what then that means? So we have to also now figure out what is the bondage of karma. What is the bondage of karma? Very simple thing. This bondage word comes throughout the Shastras. And if you have to study Hinduism at all, at any level, if you have to study Hinduism, and you have not understood this bondage word, and the fact that all of Hinduism is meant to break our bondage, then that means that you have not understood anything in Hinduism. Hinduism is about breaking our bondage. Which bondage? Well, now we see this word. Bondage means all these things which you are bound to, which you don't like. I'll give you some examples. You know them already, you just don't know that you're bound. That is all. You're bound to so many things which you have no choice in, and they make you miserable. Like, for example, you are bound to birth. All of us are bound to birth. Means we had a birth here. Did anybody ask for it? You had an interview with God? Anybody had an interview with God, or you followed a form online? I want to be born in Moti Ram Mandir. I want to be born in Devi, Eddie Douglas place. Anybody fill out any form? Did you ask God? You were born against your choice. You had no choice in the matter. You didn't have an interview with God to be born here. And to be born in the first place. You can, no, Prabhu, I don't want to be born. Don't send me back in our world. But Bhagavan said, you have no choice in the matter. I stand in you. And that's why when you come, he push you in the world. And then you can go, wham, you ball out there. And if you don't ball out, well, the doctor waiting here, give you one slap. Right? When you ball out, then everybody say, wow, kya baat hai. Munna theek hai. Munna good. When he ball only, when he cry out, then he good. If he had cried, something wrong with him. See your introduction, the preface to your life. What is the preface? The preface to your life is, if you cry, you're okay. How about that? If you are crying, something wrong with you. What a message in the first breath in your life. What a message. So now, you're bound to take birth. Second thing, you're bound to get paid. You have anybody sitting here, or anybody listening on this radio, anybody listening over the internet, anywhere today, who have never had pain in their life, physical pain, and mental pain, and heartbreak, and tabanka. Anybody who's never had? Tell. And if you have never had, don't talk to Swami. Because you're shared. Come in. Who hasn't had? So you're bound to have. That means you're bondage. You see? You have no choice in the matter. Okay. Anybody who has not had any sickness, disease, you're bound to have some disease. From birth all the way till death. Because from the time you're small, all kind of things. See, just now somewhere I don't remember where. Little baby in the house. He's sick. And then it was time to get sick. And then when he gets sick. Because then he can't tell the doctor what happened. He balling. Mora know what happened. Father doesn't know what has happened. Doctor doesn't know what happened. Because they're only guessing. All of them only guessing. And everybody did that. And them old people and them long time. Well, that was. The first thing they'll say, he ha hasuli. He have hasuli. You have to carry him by some person in the village who will pull and rub hasuli. You go on there and you rub hasuli, and then when he come back, he crying more. That man must give him hasuli. Because he didn't know hasuli. When he come back now, finally they discover that this fellow have gastroenteritis. You have to carry him and leave him in the hospital now. You see, all kind of things he's going through, one after the next. And you know, these days in modern society, people are allergic to all kind of things. So he allergic to something, but you know what? These are real things. Look, I tell you, I was allergic to milk. And where does feed a baby? What can I do for feed a baby? I allergic to milk, and I bawling my head out. Bawling day and night. Then my mother said, somehow one day they make a bottle of Tobago. And they give me, all cried on. Then they realize you can't give me milk. One man from Sarabuna, he asked me, he said, you ever see green Tobago? Green Tobago. I said, no, Tobago will be white. He said, yeah, it has green Tobago. Anytime you see the green light, I say go. just here, obviously you may have to make up no joke, that man make it up and tell me. So, anyway, children suffer from childhood and now see, all of you past childhood, right? Now at this age, anybody free from any disease, all diseases and all? Free? No, and you have to watch out every day, Zika coming too. Chikungunya? Chikungunya? Chikungunya, Zika, dengue, all kind of things. You have to watch out every day. Anytime you see a tiger-looking mosquito coming. You see? All the way down to the end. This is called bondage. We are bound to get sick, bound to get disappointed, bound to get heartbreak, bound to get disease, bound to get sorrow, pain, misery, anguish, disappointment. So all these things in life, we are bound. In other words, all of this summed up in Shastra, that is called as dukkha. What is the word? Dukkha, sorrow. In some form, in all its various manifestations. Dukkha. Bhagavan is telling that this Bhagavad Gita is meant to remove our dukkha. And dukkha is the louder manifestation of bondage. It's the result of bondage. The Bhagavad Gita is meant to remove our dukkha. If it doesn't remove this bondage, then how do you remove our dukkha, sorrow? I mean, the human being doesn't like, I tell you, he doesn't like 1 minute of sorrow. He wants 365, 24/7. Joy. He doesn't like sorrow. Huh? You go there and you eat 5 baigani and 4 aloo pie and 6 kachori. And in our last kachori, if you see a hair. All that baigani and go back. But you will give up no money to it. You see? You enjoy it all the time, but only take 1 hair. Or a fly. That was. Because nothing's supposed to be vegetarian. One man asking a waiter in a restaurant, "What is this fly doing in my soup?" He said, "Doing the backstroke." Bondage. Now, the word is given here, not only bondage. Karma bandhana. Karma bandham. The bondage of karma. And this is now another technical term in our Bhagavad Gita and in Vedanta. Karma bandhana. Karma bandham. Karma bandham. Now, what is karma bandhana? It means, in this lifetime, we do all of these karmas which bring us back again in another lifetime. And when we come in the next lifetime, we do all of the karmas which again bring us back. So we just come in here to do karma one after the next and come back in this life and to face what? From birth till death, sorrow. To face that bondage. So it is the karmas which we do is what brings us back here in this life, birth after birth. That is called karma bandhana, because the karma that is bringing us back to face this sorrow, round after round. And human beings that get used to this sorrow after some time, they like this sorrow, they like worries, they like misery. If they don't get there, something wrong. There's some people, they like worries, especially these mothers. Oh, they sit down whole day and worry only. Well, that's long time. I don't know nowadays mothers. Long time mothers used to sit down and worry whole day. If they don't have anything to worry about, they get worried. Because they want, but today I have nothing to worry about. Something wrong. What is this? So worries. All life after life. Now, this thing is called a karma. But now, Bhagavan is telling, my dear Arjuna, I am going to tell you how to do the same, because other thing also, you can't stop doing karmas. I'm going to tell you how to do the karmas in such a way that the karmas will not bind you and make you come back in this world to face this sorrow, but the karmas will free you. This is called karma yoga. So there is a difference between karma and karma yoga. What is the difference? The difference is karma brings you back into this world to face sorrow one after the next. Karma yoga, that word you all have heard, that's karma yoga, frees us. So we don't have to come back in this world. So this is the topic which is now being introduced by Bhagavan here. Karma yoga. I told you before the Lord tells this whole topic in detail, he says that he makes a few comments, makes a commentary, an epilogue to this whole, because remember this is going to be a major theme in Bhagavad Gita. A major theme. So what he says, a few comments which he makes now. Neha vikramana shosti na iha avikramana asti pratyavayo na vidyate. There is no danger, or there is no loss, or there is no harm in this path of karma yoga. Or better said, yes, this path of liberation, path of enlightenment, path of realization of oneness with God. There is no harm or loss or danger or any such thing in this path. What is the meaning of that? It means any little effort that we make, and he'll again say this in 6th chapter, any little effort we make along this path, it never goes to loss. It never goes lost, it gets lost. That little effort will be there because we are living in a world that is characterized by karma. So karma cannot be lost, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Any karma is never lost. So if you make any good attempt on the right side, that karma is never lost. There is never pratyavaya, no harm or danger or loss or any such thing. Na iha avikramana, in this action, path of action, spiritual action, spirituality. There he says, nahi kaschit, nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim potat gacchati. In 6th chapter, this idea will come back again. The idea, see, like for example, if you go and you put $20 in the bank, you will die and go, but your $20 will stay, correct or not? So any good karma we do in this direction, it will always. Of course, the bank example is not so good, but you know what I mean. In this world, you can't find the perfect example for anything also, like that. So, the example is meant to convey only a certain point. Alright? Neha vikramanashosti pratyavayo navidite swalpapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato vayad. This is a line which I quote so often. Even a little effort in this direction of spirituality, little effort will save us from great fear in this samsara. Great fear. I tell you, if you have some little bit of shraddha, and you really take any little thing which is taught there. I'll give you an example. When I was a mere child, maybe 7 or 8, when they called the Baba in the house, and they will tell you one thing. She hold your hair and now Baba will hold it by your ears. And he'll tell you a mantra inside your ear. Inside your ear. Right inside it. Tell a mantra. The Baba tell her nicely. He said, if you ever have any fear in life, and there is the days when, in Trinidad, a lot of superstition and this and that, people is always talking. Anytime you hear old people talking, all they're talking about is lagabu and what do you call it? Sukuya, that my ears. In those days, nowadays children you can tell them about them and know nothing about it. So anyway, so we as children we used to be scared too bad. When you hear I go to sleep in the night and they blow off that picture a lamp and that place gets dark, I cover head to toe, Because they're all talking about all the time. Somebody dragging chain in the road and all kind of things. So you cover head to toe because you don't want to, and the word is if you look at a zombie, you don't want a zombie to hold you. And a whole lot and boogeyman and thing. So, the Pandit, when he gives that mantra, he says if you're ever scared at anything, and you just chant that mantra, all fear will go away. And you know that it works. Because you have, once you have a little shraddha, little faith, and you chant that mantra, really? That thing saved me? Yeah. But you have to have a little shraddha. What is Baba chanting in the air here? You have no faith and all that kind of thing, that will save you from anything. So, he says, swalpa swalpa means little like this, tiny little bit. The other meaning of that, Bhagavan Shankaracharya gives it in Bhaja Govinda. Bhagavad Gita, kinchita Gita, again little bit. Means if you study this Shastra little bit, and you practice this spirituality little bit, that will save you from great sorrow and misery and fear and all the things that you fear. But people don't want to do that. They don't want to study. Even a little bit, they don't want to study. So, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Then, Vyavasaya. Now, another comment Bhagavan makes. See, these are all comment only, that there is no loss. And little bit if you study. Next comment he makes. The next verse. He says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke iha. Oh, Guru Nandana. Guru Nandana means Arjuna. Many of Arjuna's names are used here, different names. Oh, Guru Nandana, the person who is Vyavasayatmika, who has Vyavasayatmika buddhi, means whose mind is firmly set on this spiritual path of enlightenment, liberation. So whose mind is set on this path of liberation, enlightenment, spirituality, whatever you want to call it. He says, Vyavasayatmika buddhi eke purnana. His mind is all the time single pointed. His mind has to be set on the path of spirituality. That mind becomes single pointed. But if a person's mind is not set on this path of spirituality, Baushakhayanandasya buddhayo avyavasayina, means those persons who have not set their mind on the path of spirituality, Baushakhayanandasya, their mind will be fragmented and split in so many countless directions, and they run around in this world in English language. I'm not to use that phrase. Those persons' minds are so agitated and mind is so fragmented and so scattered all over this world that he will not have one moment of peace, one moment of tranquility, single pointedness, concentration, nothing. And that's what we see all over in the whole world every day, or not? That's what we see. People, and today, with all the technology and internet and smartphones and all such things going on, but there are a million more ways to make sure that your mind goes in all directions. That is because that person has not set his mind on the path of liberation, path of spirituality and enlightenment. You see? His mind, he has left the mind open to the vagaries of samsara, and samsara will lash him from all sides, pulling his mind hither and thither, pulling his mind everywhere, and he's distracted by every little thing that comes along. Because he has not really resolved firmly in his mind that he is going to take the spiritual path. What is the commentary being given here? Vyavasayatmika buddhi means firm resolution on the path of spirituality. We have to all make that choice. See, Bhagavan is preparing all of us, because what is going to happen, ensue here, what is going to transpire here in Bhagavad Gita, if we are not prepared and we have not made our mind strong to stay on the spiritual path, all of these things will be useless. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Now, in the next 3 verses, he speaks about, and I told you in the beginning, look forward to it, about spirituality and religion. Today we will make a very clear distinction between these two things, spirituality and religion. You will be surprised of the words of Bhagavan Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitaha Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Vedavarakta patha nanyadasti nivadinaha Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Kamatmana Swarga Para Janma Karma Phala Pradam Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Vishesha Bahuram Bhogaishtarya Imprati Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam Kaya Prahrita Chitasam Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadauna vidhiyate Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Punya Vida Naistray Gunyo Arjuna Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Nirbandho Nityastaha Nirkshema Atmavan Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadantya Vipaschitaha Vedavadarata Partha Nanyadasti Tivadinaha Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham. Those people Pravadanti Apaschitaha, unintelligent people. Apaschitaha means unintelligent person. Apaschitaha. Pashitaha means a wise person. Apaschitaha means unintelligent. They Pravadanti. What they do? They speak Vacham, words. What words? Pushpitam Vacham. Flowery words. Flowery words. Nice. You know that many people could speak, right? Nice words, right? But from where? Vedavadarataha partha na anyat asti iti vadinaha. They speak mostly Vedas. I told you, you'll be surprised with what I'm saying. They speak the Vedas only, and they speak nice flowery words. And what they talk about? Kriya Vishesha Bahulam, all sort of things which you have to do. All sort of right ritual, this, that which you have to do. Kriya means ritual. All sort of ritual which you have to do. Kriya Vishesha, special types of ritual. Do this, do that, do the other thing. They speak nice flowery words. Bahulam of various types. And all get towards what? Bhoga Aishwarya Gatim Prati. All get towards bhoga, pleasures, and Aishwarya. Aishwarya means wealth and riches. Here. Acquisition of things. Pleasures and acquisition of material things. And this is why I was telling you, you will be very surprised when Bhagavan is saying, this is what spiritual and religion has been reduced to. Religion has been reduced to shopkeeping. We have reduced God to a shopkeeper. So we take the Vedas, take the Shastras, and we study it well. And we say, if we offer this, and we offer that, and we do that, and we do that, then Bhagavan will give me this, and he'll give me that. That's shopkeeping or not? But when you go by the shop, what do? You give him $20, and you want $20 worth of sugar. You give him $5, you want $5 worth of salt. Right? So you give this much, and you get this much. So if religion is about the same thing, well, you give Bhagavan this much, and you will get that much. Where is the difference? And when you use it, you use the same Shastras. Vedas. In other words, Bhagavan is now, I told you, making a very stark and clear distinction between, if you go to the Lord and you offer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, right? And then you tell the Lord, well, you want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What you're doing there, remember, you go to the Lord because you don't want the Lord, You don't want Bhagavan. You want what Bhagavan could give you. You have no desire. So that is the difference between spirituality and religion. Religion is a Sunday thing. It has become a Sunday thing where everybody go there. You know, one man was passing in front of the temple, and he said, in front of the temple had about 5, 6 beggars. They waiting for when people come out from the temple now. 5, 6 beggars line up there. Here in Trinidad, you don't see that, but if you go to India, there's a common. So 5, 6 beggars line up outside. He passed and he watched outside, he watched inside. And he said, well, this is a real good thing. All I see there is beggars, some begging inside, some begging outside. That's religion. You go one day for the week, and let me tell you, that one day for the week, people go, if they don't go to beg Bhagavan for something, they go on there to show their face because they're afraid if they don't go, something bad will happen. If I don't go on Sunday, something bad. Actually, one man tell me that. I tell him. Here, I tell you a real story. Not anything I hear from somewhere else. Lata Mangeshkar was coming in town. Lata Mangeshkar, you know, great singer. So I tell him, I say, boy, let me go and listen to Lata Mangeshkar, it's the only chance. He said, no, I have to go to church. We were a very good friend, he was next religion. He said, I have to go to church. I can't go. I said, what? But last week you missed church, that was nothing. You just missed like that. He said, daily thing, I can't miss 2 weeks in a row. So why is he going there? He ain't going there really for no spirituality and all that kind of thing. He's afraid that if he don't go, that something bad will. Yeah. That is religion. Religion is all about fear and control and domination and all that kind of thing. That is what, and shopkeeping and beggary, and this is religion. So Bhagavan is making this very clear distinction of people use Shastras. When Vedavada, Parpatha, and Shastras, they use these scriptures also, they use religion also to do what? For Bhoga and Aishwarya. These are the two words. Bhoga means worldly pleasures, and Aishwarya means all material wealth and possessions and all that kind of thing. What is the translation given in this, what you call this, Gita Press for Aishwarya? You will see that just now. These two words, Bhoga and Aishwarya. Pleasure and power. Yeah. So this Aishwarya word represent all worldly possession, power, money, land, data, Aishwarya, prowess, all that kind of thing, all worldly things, Aishwarya. And Bhoga means all pleasure, any type of pleasure. So people use the Shastra, people use religion, and that's what they pursue. And they're doing a nice flowery words. You just have to put on your television on a weekend. Put on your television on a weekend and you will hear how nice flowery words coming out there. And it's all to get what we're talking about, the Bhoga and Aishwarya. Bhoga Aishwarya prasaktanam taya apahirta chetasam. Oh, what? And let me tell you something. These are not my words. Bhagavan is using some strong words. First, avipashitaha. Avipashitaha means one who is aware, who is wise, who is alert, vigilant, all that kind of vipashitaha. One who is with it. You know, in English we say who with it. Avipashitaha means the opposite of that. Clean out eye here. Here no head, not tail, what going on? Avipashitaha. He uses there. And now in this verse also. What is the word? Bhoga Aishwarya prasaktana taya apahrita chetasam. Apahrita chetasam. Chetas means whose mind is there. Intelligence, wisdom, awareness, consciousness. Chetas. Apahrita means whose mind has been stolen away. He lost his mind. Ever hear anything in English? He lost his mind. He lost his marbles. He lost his everything. He lost his screw. Huh? Some screw loose. Apahrita chetasam. Mind gone. By what? Worldly pleasures and wealth and possessions and all things of this world. So he doesn't have any ounce of spirituality in him. Even if he's using the Shastras and he's speaking flowery, nice words and all, he's only using it. And some people are very good when they go by Bhagavan. They know how to beg good. One man wanted to buy Lord and he begged to win the lottery. Beg, years he begged. Lord, let me win the lottery. Lord, let me win the lottery. Lord, let me win the lottery. Bhagavan gets so fed up with it, one day he say, Arey, Murk, at least go and buy a ticket. He begged Bhagavan for years and he never even buy it. But people know how to beg well. They go before the Lord. I tell you a nice thing. One sage was standing on the side of the road. And one mullah was taking some children to pray. So the sage asked the mullah, he said, where are you going? He said, I'm carrying them children in the house of God. You're going to pray. The sage said, why? He said, because we had a drought in the nation. We have a drought in the nation at present. There's a drought and there's also a famine due to the drought. So I'm taking them children to pray. So the sage asked, he said, why you didn't pray? He said, well, them children have innocent heart, Them children have innocent heart. So if they pray, Bhagavan will listen to innocent heart more than he will listen to adults whose heart not innocent anymore. But that argument sounded good, eh? Very, very good argument. Tell the sage, Bhagavan will listen to all this. God will listen to all of these children because their heart pure. Listen to the reply. That's sounding logical. Listen to the reply of the sage. He said, if Bhagavan is to listen to the prayers of innocent children, all them teachers in them school will be dead already. Correct or not? Because every day, them children in them school, I hope my teacher dead. I hope my teacher come to school today. I hope like that. That's what them children saying now. I hope my teacher. Yeah. If Bhagavan to listen to any of his children pray, that's why it's a good thing, Bhagavan listening to. Good thing Bhagavan to listen to none of it. This world would have been real chaos if Bhagavan to listen to Anybody. Because you know why? Two brothers. One day he planted garden. The other brother is a fisherman. When the fisherman going outside, he prayed, no rain. The fellow who planted garden, he prayed the same Bhagwan. Bhagwan, give me rain. So one prayed for rain, one prayed for no rain. Same time. So who Bhagwan will listen to now? So he said, no. Bhagwan have powers, you know. He goes, no rain in the sea and rain in here. Right? Rain in this place. But this fellow who had the garden here and he prayed for rain, he never know washing car. And he said, please don't send no rain. So Bhagwan had to send rain on that side of the fence and no rain on this side of the fence. So Bhagwan had time to do what? He goes stand up to watch who fence should have rain and who fence should not have rain. Look how you pray. You pray for such a thing that Bhagwan must send rain on that side of the fence and no rain on this side of the fence. This is amazing. Your prayer has such special request. But this is how people live. They know all type of prayers and this and that. And the good thing I say, look here. This is a very special thing. Tulsidas writes in Ramayana. Bhagwan has nothing to do with any of this. See. Pradhan means preponderating, predominant. So there is one predominant, preponderating law in the universe. It is called karma. Law of karma. And what is the law of karma? Right there in Tulsidas said, Jo jasa karai, so tasa phalu chakha. As you sow, so shall you reap. So what Bhagwan has to do with any of that? And if you sow good things, you will get good things. There is no need for prayers. The law is there. And Bhagwan don't break the law. He's about the only one who don't break the law. So the law is there. If you sow good things, you get good things. If you sow bad things, you get bad things. But Bhagwan has to do with all of this. He himself subject himself to that law when he takes incarnation. So this, which is being spoken about here, is people go on praying, using shastras, religion, using all these scriptures and all sorts of rituals, right, this, that, for what? Bhoga and Aishwarya, for all pleasures of this world and all possessions and power and money and property and this and that. They use religion is not for this purpose. I know many atheists who became rich. You have to believe in any religion to become rich. But Bhagwan has to do all of these things. In fact, really, if the Lord does anything, it's for your welfare. He will make sure He take away that thing from you, because that's keeping you back from Him. So this is the topic which is Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadham navidiyate. That the person who taya apahirita chetsam Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadham navidiyate. That the person who has not made this resolute mind fixed on the path of spirituality. For that person, the path of spirituality and enlightenment and all of that path is he has not brought into his life. He will not have samadhi. He will never be able to fix his mind in the state of samadhi. He will never be able to gain God realization through the state of samadhi. That we will see later on in 6th chapter, and all that will come up again. And in verse number 45, he says, Traigunya Vishaya Vedaha Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna. In other words, he is making a very stark distinction about what he is teaching and what is presently taught. What is presently taught, what is presently followed by people is this thing. People use the Vedas to get more and more involved in the gunas, in the 3 gunas, means sattva, rajas and tamas. And when you're getting into all of these rituals and all of the different types of things, you're praying to God for this power, this money, that property, this other thing, and for all worldly pleasure, let me have this, let me have that. Go and pray to, that is getting you involved in all of the 3 gunas. Means to say, the scriptures give all of these things, but there's another part of the scripture that teaches about spirituality. In other words, we have to leave that part which is teaching about getting more involved in the 3 gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. And nistrai gunyo bhava Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, you become free from the 3 gunas. Means you leave that part of the scripture which will get you more involved in all of these 3 gunas, and you take the other part which will get you free from the 3 gunas. You become free from these gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. And when you get involved in all of those worldly things, you get bound, tied more and more. Nirdvandvo nitya sattvastaha niryogakshema atmavan. Become free from the pair of opposites. Nitya sattvastaha. Stay fixed in sattva, which will lead you to absolute reality. Niryogakshema atmavan. Give up this habit. He's telling Arjuna all of these things. It means he's telling all of us. Remember, I told you he's not only speaking to Arjuna. Niryogakshema atmavan. Give up this habit which you have of constantly trying to procure worldly things and to first get it and then protect all of these worldly things. And see, this is what they are telling. He's making a clear distinction between worldliness and spirituality. Spiritual person is the one who is pursuing enlightenment. And the one who is pursuing this worldliness, that person will never be able to get his mind into the state of samadhi, will never get enlightenment. That person will, his mind will be fragmented and dispersed in all directions. He will not have one moment of peace. He will be bound in this world over and over. This is bondage. Yavan artha udapane sarvata samkrutodake. We'll see that tomorrow. And then Bhagavan gets now into this very famous verse of Karma Yoga. The famous verse is going to come tomorrow.